Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Chris. Today's video is about perfumes and pop culture, namely what fragrances do celebrities really wear. So today's video is about people in the public eye and what fragrances they wear. Now, if you don't particularly care to guess fragrances based on the notes, totally get it. We'll see it on the next one. For those of you who love to test your perfume prowess and your pop culture prowess, I've got some fun perfumes for you. That being said, this is meant to be a lighthearted, fun video, and I hope you enjoy it, and I can't wait to hear how you did at the very end. I am quite sure several of these perfumes are not going to come as a surprise to you, and I can assure you, I've got some zingers in here. I have some fragrances that celebrities wear that you probably didn't know. I've got male celebrities and female celebrities alike. Now, the first celebrity I'm going to cover is Rosie, Huntington, Whitley. Now, I'm going to put the picture of her up here. Apparently, her signature scent is a vanilla scent. Now, this vanilla isn't just any vanilla. It is a vanilla that, frankly, went kind of viral a couple years ago and is still very, very popular to this day. It is not just any vanilla. It is a citrusy vanilla. It is a citrusy aromatic vanilla with a little bit of incense. I'm going to put the notes up. A little bit of evergreens. I want to say pine needles and some wood in the base. To me, it is a great gateway vanilla for those who don't want to smell like food or have a vanilla that's too foody, particularly if you live somewhere where it's warmer, because the performance is not fabulous, but it is a super refreshing, citrusy, aromatic vanilla. And that perfume is Gypsy Water. To me, this is a very, very easy perfume to wear. I personally enjoy it more in the warmer months because here when it's cold, it just doesn't, I just can't get it to last very long. But I think I have said before, I have the oil, perfumery oil. I layer that first, put this on, I spray this on me. I spray this on my skin and my clothes, and if I do that little combination, I can get this to last. So the first perfume is Gypsy Water for Rosie, Huntington, Whitley. Now, the reason why I chose these celebrities or people in the public eye is because I needed to match the perfumes that I actually have with those people in the public eye. So some of these people you might not have heard of, and some of them I know you have heard of. The next one is a perfume that is a signature scent worn by a famous model from the 70s. Her name is Beverly Johnson, and this perfume is one of my favorite ambers, and is in fact my mother's current signature scent. Now, my mom is picky Lori. I have sent her probably 20 decants, more than that, trying to find a perfume that she loves, and when I sent her this perfume, she fell in love and is now on her second bottle. So this perfume is a beautiful, sweet, creamy, ambery vanilla with a little bit of an aromatic touch, and I mean a little bit. I think there's a little bit of lavender and maybe a little bit of sage and thyme, but it is way in the background. This perfume is incredibly beautiful, has a great scent trail and a beautiful sillage. And that perfume, which apparently is worn by Beverly Johnson, is the beautiful Istanbul by Galavant. I have spoken about this before. I need to wear this more often. A beautiful, very likable, easy, fresh, clean, slightly aromatic vanilla that has a beautiful scent trail and is very long-lasting. So Beverly, you have great taste. The next one is a male actor that everybody knows about. His name is George Clooney. And I was really surprised to find out what George Clooney wears, but I think he has really good taste, and I have that fragrance. And I wear it a ton in the hot weather, and I found it when I was in Italy. Now, George Clooney loves to wear a fragrance that smells like the Mediterranean, seeing that one of his homes is situated on the Amalfi Coast. Now, this fragrance is very lemony. It's lemony forward. It kind of smells like lemon tea. Very refreshing, very light, almost as if you brewed a very, very light tea and added a ton of lemon. Who has guessed it? And if you guys guessed, the fragrance is Mediterraneo by Carthusia. You are right. One of my favorite fragrances to wear in the steaming hot weather because it's just so refreshing. Like I said, it's a beautiful light tea with ice, lemon, and mint, and incredibly refreshing. My only negative is that this is not very long lasting. So I actually bought the whole set, the whole body care line, which helps a little bit, not too much. but one of the very few fragrances that I like to wear when it's like 90, 95 and up. I can't wear too many fragrances when it's that hot, and this is one of them that I reach for. Now, speaking of George Clooney, I actually found a fragrance that his wife, Amal, wears. Now, she apparently isn't a big fan of perfumes or anything too perfumey, but she did reveal in an interview a fragrance that she wore for her wedding. Notes going up, it was a fragrance that she chose because it was her something blue. Big hint there. This is a designer perfume. It is very, very affordable. It has notes of linden blossom and some light flowers. Lots of gauzy white flowers floating in this beautiful light musk, a little bit of fruitiness. I want to say there's lychee in here. So can anyone guess, particularly with that big hint, what it is? And that perfume that Amal Clooney wore for her wedding was the perfume called Something Blue. A perfect choice for a wedding. There's something a little bit salty in here, and it gets really, really powdery in the dry down, but this is a perfect perfume for those of you who like a light florally musk and a linden blossom perfume with a little bit of powderiness in the dry down. Something Blue. Now, the next perfume is a fragrance that Kate Moss likes to toss in her bag and carry around with her to make her feel refreshed from time to time. This perfume I actually showed in my spa fragrances. It is very spa-like. This reminds me of like a European spa because it has a lot of aromatic notes, and it just seems to be like a proper fragrance that leans very, very unisex. Some of you might think it leans a little bit masculine. There's a lot of lemon. It's very aromatic. It's slightly green. Maybe it's got rosemary and thyme. And that fragrance, can you guess, is Eau d'Animosante by Clarins. Now, I admit I have not been wearing this much, but it is a perfect fragrance if you want to stick in your gym bag, and it just seems to be a perfect fragrance to put in your gym bag after you've worked out and had a nice shower and you're clean and refreshed. You don't want anything too perfumey, too heavy, but you want something that just smells really classic. And particularly if you like unisex leaning fragrances. So Kate Moss and Eau d'Animosante. The next one, a lot of you will probably guess. It is apparently the signature scent of Priyanka Chopra Jonas. And it is one of the best bangs for your buck. This perfume has made many of my smell expensive on a budget best perfumes under $40 or even $30. I think I got mine 3 years ago for $30. It is a citrusy fragrance with light florals, musk in the base, and some beautiful sandalwood. And I've said it before, it kind of reminds me of a yuzu lemonade. It starts off like a yuzu lemonade, and then you go into some florals, just a touch of sweetness, not a bunch. It's still very light, floral, and musky. And then it has a nice, warm, soft sandalwood in the base. So you've either guessed it or you haven't, and it is Trussardi Donna. This is the EDP. I used to have the EDT. I felt that they were just too redundant to have both, and I preferred the EDP more. A perfect spring and summer fragrance, an easy reach and easy wear, and like I said, when I bought this, it was like 3 years ago, it was $30. So a gorgeous, beautiful, light, citrusy, floral, musky, freshy to have in your collection. The next one I didn't know about. I learned something about this next perfume and the celebrity who apparently wears it. The next fragrance is apparently Beyonce's, one of her favorite perfumes, and it is a very boozy, sweet, spicy fragrance that falls into the category of like a cinnamon apple pie, a naughty cinnamon apple pie, a boozy cinnamon apple pie, a tobacco cinnamony apple pie. You get the picture. It's very, very gourmand. So in addition to having at least 1 or 2 boozy notes, it has tonka, there's cinnamon, it's thick and gooey, and just smells like a bubbly, naughty apple pie. It is a perfect holiday fragrance, perfect to wear Thanksgiving, Christmas, and early in January. That's when I like to wear it because it is just so heavy and thick and sweet. I cannot wear it in the summer, but that fragrance is the lovely Angel Share by Kilian. How many of you got this one right? So it just screams cold weather holidays to me. Again, I really only wear this 3 months out of the year, and then it gets put away because it's just too heavy. Seeing that today is the Friday before the Thanksgiving week, I can assure you I will most likely pull this out next week and be wearing it on those nice cold days when I'm at home snuggling and hanging out with the family. The next perfume is a fragrance worn by one of my favorite actresses at the moment. I just started watching the show Good Girls. I know, where was I in 2018, 2019 and on, when I guess this show was a big hit. I just started watching about 3 months ago, and I'm totally obsessed with the show. I love it. But one of the main characters, or the main actresses or actors, is Christina Hendricks. And I actually have a little travel size of her signature scent. Now, this fragrance isn't one of my favorite perfumes. I sampled the original maybe 10 years ago in a L'Artisan boutique. There's one hint. Let me turn off my phone. And it is a fruity, musky perfume. It has notes of blackberries, red berries, musk, and something else. I can't remember what the other notes are, but those are the main notes in it. So it is a fruity musk. Can anyone guess? And it is Mieux et Musc. Mieux et Musc. Now, the one I have in my hand is the extreme version. This does not smell like the original, or what I remember the original to smell like long ago. I do think there are some tweaks and some differences. This, to me, unfortunately, smells like a fruity soap, like a blackberry soap that has been sitting in a smoker's bathroom for 10 years. This, I have no idea where I'm getting this cigarette smoke vibe. Usually I get this ashtray cigarette thing when there are certain type of orange blossom. When there is orange blossom in a fragrance, some orange blossoms can come off that way. Maybe there's orange blossom in here, who knows? But it is a fruity, musky, fresh, slightly green, soapy fragrance that has a lot of musk, but just comes off, just smells a little bit odd and smoky to me. And not smoky in the good way, like the incense way, but smoky as in you're standing in a chain smoker's bathroom and they haven't changed the soap in 10 years. And it happens to be a blackberry soap. So I thought this was a little bit of fun trivia. Now, I'm quite sure she probably wears the original, but anyways, Christina Hendricks and Mieux et Musc. The next fragrance is one of the most incense-y forward incense bombs in my whole wardrobe, and this is about as close to like Catholic liturgical incense as you can get. And this happens to be the signature scent of Morrisey. Who knew that he loves liturgical incense so much? But like I said, this is straight up Catholic incense. My first year on YouTube, this was in my longest lasting fragrances. This thing lasts literally 24 hours. If you are kind of iffy about incense, you don't like a lot of incense, let me tell you, stay far, far, far away from this one. So it actually is Full Incense by Montal, one of my first incense perfumes. I enjoy it a lot, but it is a lot. A little goes a long way. 1 or 2 or 3 spritzes will take you well into the 10 to 12 hour mark. Very, very unisex. So perfect for the people out there who really enjoy a true liturgical incense. The next fragrance happens to be worn by a prince. And it is a very proper British fragrance by a British brand. It's very clean, it's very fresh. It's super, super classy, and the notes are lemon, lime, pine, lavender, musk, and pepper. And I personally love this perfume because it's been around for a long time, and it actually was the one fragrance that my grandpa wore. He was a very classy guy. He was a very prim and proper guy. And every time I smell this, I think of my very prim and proper grandpa who happened to be in the army. So he was just always clean and well-groomed and shaved, and his hair was always, perfectly coiffed. Like I said, it was the only fragrance sitting in his bathroom, and it is Blenheim Bouquet by Penhaligon's. This thing has been around since 1906, and I do think it happens to be the fragrance that I know. So this is Prince William's, and it might be King Charles. Like I said, don't come after me, but I did read that somewhere that at least Prince William wears this really classy, fresh, aromatic, timeless fragrance that has stood the test of time after all these years, and I absolutely adore pretty much every Penhaligon's bottle. Now this next one, I'm going to be shocked if any of you get it. I didn't know it. This happens to be the favorite perfume of Angelina Jolie. Again, that's what I read. This perfume to me has, has a lot of notes that were very popular in the late 90s and early 2000s. It is by the perfume house Histoire de Parfum, and it is a fragrance that has a lot of peach and clove. When I think of peach, I think of the late 90s and the early 2000s. That was a note that was really popular. So peach and clove, it has rose, it has chocolate. It is this melange of very interesting fragrance notes, and it has a heavy, heavy dose of patchouli. So that perfume it's called 1969. Now, I'm going to admit right now, this is not one of my favorite perfumes. It's super heavy on the clove. The patchouli is very, very earthy, almost that dirty kind. And the peach is very, very overly ripe, syrupy, overly ripe, almost to the point where it's kind of rotting. But it's very, very interesting. On the right body chemistry, I can see this being very sexy, very alluring with that chocolate, a little bit of rose, the fruits, the spices. I can imagine Angelina Jolie in black and, wearing smoky eye, red lip, rocking something like this, something that nobody else wears. She smells very, very unique, and fun to learn that this is apparently one of her favorite or signature scents. Now, I know I'm going to get you guys with this next one. I know that nobody's going to guess this. This apparently is Brad Pitt's signature scent. It's a fragrance that literally nobody talks about. It is a fragrance by the house Lorenzo Villorisi Firenze. Don't come after me if I don't pronounce that correct. And a very, very classy fragrance that has geranium, it has musk, some aromatics, a little bit of florals, I want to say rose, some oak moss, cardamom. So a very, very timeless fragrance. I don't know when it came out, but I have a feeling that it has been around for a long time. I love the bottle. You guys ready to know what Brad Pitt wears? He wears the classic musk. Yeah, so it's just called musk, and it is in the beautiful blue bottle. It's an eau de toilette. This one has in the dry down, it has a teensy bit of amberiness. It's very powdery. It's a little bit sweet. It's for those of you who love a geranium musk. That's mainly what I get. Clean, classic, timeless, unisex, probably leaning masculine fragrance. And Brad Pitt would probably smell good in anything, but I'm quite sure he smells nice and classy and inoffensive and timeless when he wears this one. Now, I had to have a dead giveaway. The next one is a dead giveaway. And the next one, if you are here taking the quiz and love to do these test my perfume knowledge videos, you're gonna know this next one. This next one is apparently Rihanna's favorite perfume or her signature scent. It is an orange blossom marshmallowy perfume. You either know it or you don't. I don't have the full bottle. I have a travel size because I have a perfume that smells so much like it. Well, I had two that smell so much like it, and I narrowed them down. I only have one now. So the one that I have that smells very, very similarly is Guimauve de Noël, another orange blossom marshmallowy perfume. So her fragrance, her signature scent is Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian. Like I said, I have the travel size. I probably don't even need this. I don't even need this because I have Guimauve de Noël, and it also smells a lot like Oriana. I had that perfume. I decluttered that one because I have too many similar perfumes, and that one had pretty poor performance. Love Don't Be Shy is sweeter than Guimauve de Noël. It has a thicker marshmallow. Oriana, to me, had more of a fruitiness to it, but a beautiful marshmallowy orange blossom fragrance for Rihanna the superstar. The next one is reportedly the go-to fragrance for Ryan Reynolds when he does wear fragrance. Apparently, he doesn't always like to wear perfume, but when he wears fragrance or cologne, he goes with this one fragrance. It is a sandalwood fragrance that has been a cult classic for about 10 years. It's got sandalwood, spices, leather, cypriol. It's warm, it's unisex, a little bit smoky, very woody, and it is the Santal 33. The only reason I have this tiny little bottle is because I have about 10 fragrances that are very similar or in the same ballpark as this one that I like a little bit better. This one, just maybe it's the leather, maybe it's the spices, maybe it's the slight smokiness. It just leans the slightest bit masculine on me. I prefer some of the other perfumes that I've talked about in other videos that have a little bit more of a feminine take. But again, a great pick for a great choice for Ryan Reynolds. I'm just gonna do one more, even though I have a couple to show. My camera battery is about to run out. The next one is a perfume worn by Cindy Crawford. Now, she apparently has about 5 or 6 perfumes that she loves. But of course, I had to own the fragrance that she had, and I wanted to show something kind of fun. This is a fragrance that came out in the 1950s. It was a bespoke fragrance for Princess Grace when she got married. It is a beautiful white flower, violet leaf perfume that has some ambergris, salty musk. It's green and soapy. And it was one of those perfumes that I actually stopped someone in Washington, D.C. I thought they smelled great, asked them what they were wearing, and I wanted to know what it was. And when I was younger and really was struggling and didn't have any money for fancy fragrances, I actually saved up for over a year to purchase this perfume. I just thought it was so great. And for a couple years, it was my signature scent. It was really the only perfume I wore. And it is a fragrance by Creed, and it is Creed Florissima. I've shown this several times. This is my little tester because this is my second bottle. I stopped wearing it for a long, long time, and then I missed it and bought it again. And of course, bought the tester that didn't come without a lid, without a cap, and it drives me cuckoo. But I've decanted this for a couple people and thinking that, you know, maybe it might be a little bit too vintage for them. And everybody I've decanted it to, or given a decant to, they have fallen in love with it and purchased a bottle. So a classic, a timeless, classy, very white, floral, salty musk, violet leaf perfume that has stood the test of time. Still popular after 70 years, and that's it. I'm gonna stop now because my camera is kind of flashing at me. That was it for this video that I have wanted to do for so long. I thought this would be a fun video. I hope you enjoyed it. Tell me down below how many you got right, how many you knew, which one surprised you, and if you want to have another one of these videos, these type of fun guessing game videos in the future. So thanks for sticking around, thanks for stopping, thanks for watching me, thanks for giving me a thumbs up, subscribing to my channel, and coming back for my videos when I release them. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.